Hey, welcome everybody. Good to have you all with us. Thanks. That's Ronnie Rowe on the left there. Welcome, Ronnie.
Hi, Gary.
It's Beth on the right. Hi, Beth.
Oh,
Yes.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to get to see the new designs that Ronnie Rowe has for us tonight. So that's pretty fun. He's got some neat things, and we get to see the stitched versions, which is even going to be neater. So, things coming up now. Up at the top here, that's going to be your entry for the drawing tonight. So 3 Ronnie Rowe charts, 3 of his new charts. He'll decide what to send you, but send email to me, and the subject is Rowe. Make sure you put the E on the end there. Don't let your spell check make it ROW. Put the E on the end. Yeah, and then
That'd be bad.
then down at the bottom, that's down there, is Ronnie's email address, and tonight he's going to show you some new designs, some music designs, flight, and best in show. We're going to talk about those. If you want to buy any of those, send email to Ronnie at that address right there, and then he will send them to you with free shipping. You pay the normal rate for the chart, but then the shipping is free. That's through the end of February, and that's to anybody. The drawing, that's for only people watching the live show. This down here is for anybody who listens to the show and mentions Fiber Talk through the end of February. So free shipping on charts from Ronnie, the new ones that we talk about through the end of February. You just got to send him email there, ROWE125 at Verizon.net, and he'll take care of you. Be sure and check out our Beth and I did the podcast today. Really enjoyed it. That was good. We got into a good conversation about creativity and curiosity and all those things. That was fun. So be sure and check that out. Sunday, Trish Burr. Yep. The Trish Burr, needle painting queen. Yep. Thread painting queen, Trish Burr. Right.
Yeah.
Talk about her new book. Which somebody, oh, look at me. It's like I planned
Amazing. I think he's bought it.
It's like I planned it. This one right here, the Q book of embroidered flowers. You got to get this book. This is really fantastic, even if you never stitch a thing in it. This is really good. So we talk about how she put that together, what's behind it, and the Royal Botanic Gardens commissioned her to do this, and quite a story. And we really had a great conversation. She's a blast to talk to. So be sure and catch that on Sunday. Remember now, WeTalkFiber.com, MJF1861 gets you that sampler from Amanda Rowe, that Mary Jane Fry 1861 sampler. So WeTalkFiber.com/MJF1861 gets you that free if you haven't downloaded that. Then remember the Spring Hill Stitch Along. We're clicking right along on that. And you can still get in on it at WeTalkFiber.com/SpringHill. You can see here, I've been working really hard on it. So mine's looking great.
Booking, Gary. Just booking.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be done. I'm probably gonna be done before Jennifer. Yeah, I see her. I see that Jennifer is here. I'll probably be done before her at the rate I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
going to have it framed and on the wall before we're anywhere close.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll have to dust it twice before I get. Remember the Cosmo Thread Club now at Sassy Jack's. So WeTalkFiber.com/Cosmo gets you in on the solid colors, and then /Cosmo Variegated gets you in on the variegated colors. So you get 20 skeins for $21 plus shipping, and shipping isn't bad. From North Carolina to Chicago is only $4. So my cost was $25.
I think she only charges $4 shipping.
Oh, well, there you go. For everybody?
In the U.S. In the U.S.
Then it'll cost you $25. If Beth's right.
I could be wrong.
No, I doubt it. You're probably right.
I don't think
and
so.
then use the code FT Cosmo, FT for Fiber Talk, FT Cosmo. The first time gets you 5 blue skeins for free. So the first time you get 25 skeins for $21. Then each month after that, you'll get 20 skeins for $21 plus shipping. So get in on that with Kim at Sassy Jack's. And you can order both. You can order the solid and the variegated. I know of people.
Yes.
I know of people. Well, let me
Who
point
would
in the
do
right
that?
direction. Let me point in the right
Who
direction.
would
I
do
know of
that?
people who
Yeah.
who have ordered both. Yeah. Uh huh. The queen of willpower. So yeah,
Thanks.
you can get both. Mine will be here, I think, tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. Yeah. Um, so that's coming up, and then that's it. That's it. Have done a couple of shows, videos with Ronnie at Nashville. You can look those up. And then last year we did a regular podcast with Ronnie. So if you go to wetalkfiber.com/ and then just search for Ronnie, you'll find it. He's the only Ronnie I've talked to, so you can just put in Ronnie and it'll come
Yeah.
up. Yeah, it'll come up. So
I'll show up.
yeah. So tonight we get to see. We've got 10 different things, and some are ones that he would normally have introduced at the Nashville market, and then some others that aren't even ready yet. So we're seeing some that you can't even buy yet. So that's pretty exciting. What was this? Shar is saying, I'm doing great on the sell. Thanks, Shar. Somebody's on my side. I love Shar. She's fantastic, you know. If I could reach it, I'd show my hand a long strength where I'm down to one motif left on that little sucker.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yep.
That's good.
That's good. Okay, so Ronnie, now give us some background, Ronnie, because you first males in needlework is weird. Then male
Well,
designer.
no.
I'm weird too.
The first male was probably Rosie Greer,
Yeah.
the football player. Remember that?
But
That's
that was item one. Is item one
That's
that
item
being
one.
a male in
Right,
needlework
right.
is strange. But then, so what's your background?
Well, the background is I'd sit down like a lot of males and I would just dabble at something, try to do something. And my wife had me doing latch hook rug one time. This is back in the 60s, back in the 70s, I should say. And really, she was sitting down cross stitching in the early 70s, I guess, late 60s, early 70s, and told me to try it. And of course, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to mess with it. And she said, no, try one. See what you can do with this thing. So I sat down with a little owl. She went and got me a little owl thing. And I made the owl, and she pulled it all out and told me I was doing it wrong. And
now folks,
but
I've met his wife. She's a very nice lady, and Ronnie paints.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie paints a picture like she's this taskmaster. She is a very nice lady. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice lady. Very
Take
nice
it
lady.
out, Ronnie.
But,
it's wrong.
right. So she used to do the cross stitching, but when I started cross stitching, she quit.
Ah.
So anyway, but I told her to go get me something a little bit more complicated, and so she went to one of our local craft stores and bought a book by Judith Sandy. That was a lady years ago that had a book called Timeless Designs.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit there, cross-stitched a couple of them and framed them up. And to make a long story short, I said, well, heck, I can do this myself. So there was an old home, my grandmother's old home. So I went in with my Polaroid. Of course, no digital, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Went down, took a picture of it, came home, got some graph paper, started making little X's, and cross-stitched it.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was kind of cool, you know. It was kind of just simple stuff.
Yeah.
And so anyway, then I live about 15 miles from Colonial Williamsburg, and so I decided to go to Williamsburg and take some pictures of the historic buildings. So I did that. And I came home with my repetograph pen. Gary, you know what a repetograph pen is.
Yeah.
And
Beth?
come on,
Beth.
Beth.
Oh.
Beth
No,
was
no
shaking
clue.
her head.
No clue.
Yeah, this was before they had lead pencils. No, not really.
No,
but anyway,
those repetographs.
that's a long time ago.
Those are the Cadillacs of pen and ink drawings.
Oh, absolutely,
tools, yeah.
Absolutely, Gary. And got my. I can remember the day there was an old pen. You used to put the ink in a drawing pen on a drawing board,
mm-hmm.
and then if you hit the wrong wrong thing, it'd spill all over your
Yeah.
pattern. Anyway, so I went to Williamsburg, took some pictures of the buildings, came home with my repetograph pen, sat there and charted them all out, and had a friend of mine in where I live who ran a printing company. And so he went in and printed these up in black and white. This was nothing sophisticated, all hand drawn.
Yeah.
The symbols, just I put them all in myself. And at the time, we had 4 needlework shops in Colonial Williamsburg. One was a really big thing, was called the Williamsburg Pottery Factory. Probably everyone's heard of it all over. People came all over the world. And I went up and visited all 4 of these places after he printed my charts, and they bought them.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. They bought them, a piece of paper. And so that just kind of, so I would go back next Saturday, carry more charts. And every Saturday, because I had the big advantage I had in Colonial Williamsburg, if you have a shop, I had a brand new set of people every week. In other words, if you have a shop in a small town, basically the same people go in that shop this week, next week, and so on and so forth.
Right.
But at Williamsburg, you got thousands of new customers every week that haven't seen this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so did really well with that. And that was my marketing plan, was to get up on Saturday morning, print some more charts, and go to Williamsburg.
That's tight. That's good.
Yeah. And so, but then, but I had a lady that ran one of the shops up there. It was a Needlecraft Corner, and a lady by the name of Sherry Barnett. And she called me up and told me that she had a group of people coming in from Hoffman Distributing Company to have a wine and cheese. They were coming to Williamsburg, and would I show some of my patterns? So I said, sure. I went up there, and they saw them. And this lady, Phyllis Hoffman, she asked me who was distributing them for me. And I said, well, me, it'd be me. I mean, this is it. And she said, do you sell anywhere but here? I said, no. So she told me, she told me if I'd put them in colored leaflets, that she would distribute them for me. So, which I did. We went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and set up a booth at Charlotte, and everything kind of took off.
Yeah.
And here I am today, and that was 42 years ago, Gary. 42.
Yeah.
I've been doing this, and so here I am sitting here still doing it.
Hey, more power to you. It's great. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Now, where did you work when your paying job career? Where was that again?
Cross stitch.
No, before that.
No. I worked at I worked at NASA.
Yeah.
I worked at NASA for 38 years, which I'm about right now where I am at my house. We're about 4 miles where I work at Langley Research Center. So I spent 38 years in the wind tunnels.
So you stayed in the neighborhood.
I stayed in the neighborhood.
Yep. That's great. Yep. All right. Well, let's look at some of the new designs here, because you got some neat stuff.
Okay.
And we'll talk about those. So hang on just a second. Let me flip over and make sure I'm not muted. There we go. I'm not muted, but I muted you. Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So this first one now this is where your work always captures my eye, is these pen and ink looks. And so this first one here, I'm gonna, folks, write down those addresses if you're interested, because I'm taking them off because they're already in the way. So I'm taking them off. I'll pause so you can get them down. Be sure you get your email in to get in on the drawing, and rrowe125 at verizon.net if you want to order, and Ronnie will send you free shipping. Those are going away right now. There we go. Now we can see.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Flight.
This is Flight, and what you were alluding to, Gary, is some years back I decided to do just what I call the pen and ink. They were just black X's on white material, and I had been to a local art show and seen a lady there, and she was using again a repetograph pen, just putting little dots all over a piece of paper, and beautiful work. And so I kind of incorporated that into cross stitch, and I've got a lot of them out there. These what I call pen and inks,
Yeah.
and every year I try to come up with something a little bit different or something that I like. Last year I had one that was the American Native Americans. There were three Indians,
Right.
and that was the largest design that I had ever done. And the one you're looking at now, Flight, this is the same size as that Native American.
Yeah.
Um, what I want to do, people had been asking me to do airplanes or something, the aviation industry, but I never could come up with anything. So I finally just thought, what about just flight? And when we think about flight, we think about commercial airlines, military. But what four things or five things that would really captures flight? Well, I put the moon up there with a picture of Neil Armstrong's footprints with one small step.
Yep.
And on the left-hand side of that, the space shuttle, which was a big deal through the time I worked at NASA. And but before all of that happened, a lot of people don't know that Leonardo da Vinci, he had a lot of drawings of flying machines back during his time, and that depicts a picture of him along with one of his flying machines.
Yeah.
And above him, the International Space Station. And then across the bottom, of course, what originated in this country was really the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, down in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. And that's what I put across the bottom.
Yeah. No, I love that. And that's why I wanted people to know that you worked at NASA when we go to do this the first time here. I love these things because they always remind me of an artist, a magazine artist that we had probably 30 years ago, Ed Huff. And he had to do an illustration for every feature article of the author. And so he would take a photograph of them, and then he did a pen and ink, just making little dots and doing the density. And it was riveting to me to watch him work. And so the first time I saw one of yours, you reminded me of Ed Huff because that you do it with needle and thread, the same effect, just with density and
Right.
black and
Right.
white. Now, tell about one thing that'll freak people out is it looks like you have little dots sitting out there in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And a lot of them are close enough that you can go from one to the next. When you stitch these, are you just carrying your thread over to those and just
No, I don't carry it over. What I was doing when I started the pen and ink designs, I was using black DMC 310. And I found out that on white material, when you carried it over, what you're talking about going from one stitch to another,
yes.
when I carried it across, you could see that stitch through the material.
And that's why I asked.
So,
yeah, right.
Right. So I've switched from that. I've started using it. So it's still dark, 844, which is a dark gray. And I found that worked a little bit better. And on this one, this particular picture right here, what you can really see across the bottom, the way it's so dense across the bottom, the material, if you saw the actual picture that I stitched, the actual material from the bottom to the top looks like it's fading into the material.
Yeah.
It's really a neat effect. It's hard to show on just this picture, but I thought that turned out fairly well.
About
but
how
like
big
you
is
say,
it?
I'm sorry?
About how big is it, Ronnie? I'm just curious.
This is about 480. The actual picture size that I have framed right here is, my gosh, I can tell you in a minute.
I just wanted a guesstimate, Ronnie.
That's
fine.
around 35 inch frame, 35 by 20.
Okay.
So, and that's stitched on 18 count material. I really do everything on 18 count material.
I have a bunch of engineers at my household, and so
Oh, okay.
yeah, they this one would definitely appeal to them.
Yeah, but like I say, this is something that appealed to me in flight. I wanted something that practically everyone, in the country could relate to in some way or another.
Yeah. Okay. So back to just the little dots that are sitting out in space there. You're not carrying to them. Help people understand how to stitch those. How are you
Well,
stitching
I
those?
just take and stitch them. I just do a regular stitch like I've started, then I go over that stitch and wrap it around and come through and loop it in the back.
Okay. Right.
And so I don't go normally if it's over 5 stitches, so 4 or 5 stitches, I don't go that far when I'm stitching.
Right.
I'll tie it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I don't do that on the color one as much because you can't see through the material, but especially on the black and white ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And you always use 18 count Ada, right?
I always use a 18 count Ada, and that's just what I've always done. I mean, I know they have all types of beautiful materials out there, and you were talking earlier in your program about the various flosses that are out there right now, the variegateds, and some of the things I see in Nashville are just absolutely gorgeous. But I've always stuck just with the DMC.
Right. Well, and see, I
And
mentioned
one reason I have, Gary, is because I don't know our area. I'm in a huge area where we live, and we only have one shop, and the next closest shop to us is in D.C.
yeah.
And people can't find a lot of the specialty threads, but they can get DMC.
Right. Right. Well, see, and I mentioned that because a lot of people like to say, "Oh, Ada, you can't make it look good on Ada, and you should really stitch on linen." And you're living proof that these things just look fantastic on 18 count.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I be honest with you, I've never stitched on linen in my life.
Yeah.
In 40 years, everything I've ever done has been on Aida.
Yeah. All right. So that's a neat one. Now this next one, best in show. And anybody who likes dogs, Ronnie has a whole collection of dog designs. You can probably find your favorite pet in his collection easily. And I'm so glad you put 2021 on the ribbon so we don't have anything assigned to 2020.
Well, you talk about the other dogs that I did in black and white, and what you're looking at right now. This is those dogs.
Oh, it is. You just picked them up.
Oh
Huh?
yeah,
Oh.
I took those dogs and put them all together and put a ribbon in the front of it. I thought that, and this came about by really just sitting there playing around, figuring out what I could do with them. Everybody's been asking me to do different dogs. So what kind of dog is this? Or can you do this? I mean, how many different types of dogs there are? Thousands of different types of dogs,
right.
I guess. So.
Well, but that's what makes your catalog fun is you have a lot of dogs and a lot of cats, and so people who like to stitch animals and pets can easily find something that will
Right.
appeal to them. And so that's pretty cool that you just picked up ones you'd already designed and just arranged them on there. That's great.
That's what I did. And again, this is just a black and white also, but I did put the blue ribbon in on this one.
Yeah, yeah, that looks great. So now again, you're using what color DMC?
I'm using 844.
844 for this. Okay, all right, and then the blue is obviously something. So
Yeah, the blues is 4 or 5 different shades of blue in that.
Yeah. No, that's a fun one. That's really great. Yep. And folks, go to Ronnie's site to see the dog,
Right.
every dog and cat. The cats with the eyes, the color eyes. Oh man, wow.
Yeah, they do follow you.
Well,
Those eyes.
The eyes.
They're great.
See, when I did all the cats with the eyes and everything, the whole idea of that was if somebody stitch them, they can they can change the color of the eyes.
Right.
If you want a different color eye, it's easy to do. So.
Right. Yeah. No, your animals are great. They really are. All right. Now these are new ones. I'm really loving these music ones. You got a whole series of music ones. This first one's the guitar here. What got you down this path?
Well, as I've told you before, I work a year ahead. like right now, I got new designs right now on the drawing board for 2022 Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
I work a year's class, so all of the music ones were done basically last year from February, March last year to till right now, really.
Wow.
And I have to come up. I try to come up with something every year that, first of all, interests me, that I like to try to do,
Yeah, good move
and
there. Yeah.
and then come up with something that I haven't seen at market. I mean, when I go to Nashville, I make a effort to go around to every person's room and wonderful designers, beautiful material, beautiful work, and and I try to figure out what do I not what do I not see.
Yeah.
And Nashville, we were at Nashville, so I figured, maybe some musical instruments, and so I went on the catalog, the various catalogs, and I looked, and people had done a lot of musical instruments before. They they were done, but I figured I could do them a different way and make them look different. And so I said, man, I'm going to try musical instruments and see how that goes. I said, and I'll print them all up, and if somebody buys them, fine. If somebody doesn't buy them, that's okay too. I'll have a lot of giveaways. So, but that's what really inspired it. And the first one I did really was this one in Nashville. And
Mm-hmm.
I was planning on showing that one this March for the virus, for the corona. I was going to show this one in Nashville, and I put the words Nashville on it. And I thought that was kind of okay, neat. And
Yeah.
the back of it, the guitar, I exploded out the back. I kind of made it like it's just exploding out a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
And
what was behind that, just letting the
yeah,
bottom end of it just kind of explode. Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to do that. I had seen that. That is one of the effects that you can do in one of the programs that I'm using. And I don't do these with the repetograph pen and the old and just graph paper anymore, Gary. I really don't. So, but I'm
But I
using
like
three
that
different.
effect. I like that effect because when you think about Nashville and the music and
Yeah.
how that Nashville sound just changed country music to me. I don't know if you watched the Ken Burns special on it,
Oh, yeah.
but
I watched every one of
speak
them.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. They were
yeah,
wonderful.
they were. And this kind of expresses that though, the guitar with the exploding out the back.
Right, right. But that one, it was my first one I did, and it has a lot of color. I like the colors in it. And so I thought, and again, this one is a 300 by 200. And um, I think I have I've got some framed that I will be able to show you in a little bit. But it's 300 by 200. And the way I frame them, I put them in a 17 by 23 custom frame
Yeah. Do you have this one
and double.
stitched?
Oh, yeah, that's all stitched.
But I
Sure.
mean, can you show it right there?
I have to go get it. That's not one I brought in here, but
Oh,
I can
okay.
run
Then
get it.
we'll. All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk amongst ourselves while you go get it. I want to see this thing stitched.
Yeah, let me go get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Me
be
too.
right back.
Me too.
It's. I think
I just
it's my favorite. I think. Yeah.
me too. I just love that. I just love it.
Yeah.
And how it just the colors
Right.
appeal to me, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah. I just love that pen
Of
and ink
ex-
style. That little dots style. It's great.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah,
get.
and
You got to look up rapidograph pens. I had a nice set of four, and I let them dry. Let the ink dry out in them, and ruined them.
oh
They're beautiful
yeah. See, I'd
pens.
never heard of those
Oh
repetograph pens.
yeah. Yep. I'm surprised your engineering family doesn't own four sets.
Okay, Gary.
No. I think they outgrew those.
Yeah, I imagine they did. All right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put.
Are you there, Gary?
Yeah, we're here. I'm gonna
Yeah,
put you
okay.
on full here, Ronnie.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. You got to move it to the right, to your right. There we go. Oh man.
Oh,
Oh. See.
how can we only like big pieces,
I
Gary?
don't know. I don't know.
And
Look
then
at
that's
that.
thinking, and then that's thinking of Sal.
No. Move it to the right a little bit, Ronnie. A little more to the right and up. Oh, look at that.
That is just fabulous.
See,
Now that is double matted in white, because
yeah.
I matted all of these in white. And again, I'm using this metal frame. It's Nielsen Brainfish frame.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just gorgeous. Wow. Yep. And don't tell me it can't look good on Ada. Right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
there
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Yep. Beautiful. Okay. All right. And we get to see the other ones too coming up.
Yeah, wait till you see them, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the photos.
All right, and Annette says, "Go big or go home."
That's right.
Hey, well, that's one thing. That is one thing that I have always done with cross stitch. I have never been one for little tiny things. I never have been interested in it. I mean, some of them a lot of things are beautiful, they're gorgeous, but one of my designs, it takes a while to do one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not overnight projects, and they
No,
you
they're
know,
not.
and I
No.
just like and when I do a design, I stitch all of these and I frame them myself. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole process of having to do something. I mean,
Right. Ronnie, grab your cord and just kind of pull it away from you, and just kind of hold it away from you so that isn't hitting your collar, because that
driving
sounds,
you nuts, isn't it?
yeah, it's getting to be a bit much. Yeah. Just kind of hold it away from your collar a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, that'll help.
All right.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, all right, now we get to go on to the next one here. Now, this one, Beth, wait till you see the stitched one, because he showed this.
Oh, did he show it to you?
Oh. Okay, so you got the piano here. Let's talk about this a little bit, and then you can show us the real deal there.
Well, the piano in the musical instruments I did for this year, I mean, you had to come up, what musical instruments are you going to do? So the guitar, and obviously one would be a piano. I mean, every musical instruments is probably a lot of people in this country play a piano.
Right.
And so I wanted to do a piano, but I wanted to lobby it up, do a little something. So this one here, I put the musical note in the upper right left-hand corner, and I kind of put the sun up there, was shining in with the same color with the back of the piano up, and I thought that would be a pretty good effect on it. So
Yeah,
that's what I come up with.
Right. Now, composition-wise, it intrigues me, because a piano you would think would be a horizontal composition, but then you made this work as a vertical. It's very effective.
Right.
And,
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting that your mind saw it as a vertical.
Well, that's the way I saw it. I saw it like this, but I wanted to do something. I didn't want to just. It was hard to do, because if you take a look at a piano, it's either a black piano or a brown piano.
Right.
I mean, how you gonna make it interesting for cross stitch? A black piano and a brown piano. I mean, rectangly, I mean,
Right.
so you had to come up with something. So I wanted a little 3D. I wanted an effect, give it some depth to it, and just do a little something different.
Yeah, and you only have that one part in the front and the back leg that are solid black, and so everything else has some texture and reflection. And I love the way you got reflection out of black. You were able to emulate that shiny surface.
That actually was hard. That was hard to do.
Yeah, I bet.
Because you want to make, because if you look at the face, you look at the main part of the piano, all of that is black. That's just 310 black.
Right.
And so you had to do something. You couldn't make it in the front. You had to do something. And actually, after I looked at this thing, the way I put the sun and the shadows, the rays going down on the top of it, I've actually got my shadowing on it wrong. It should have been to the keyboard. In fact, you wouldn't see that. You'd see more on the backside.
Yeah. But that's okay.
That's okay.
It's art. It's art.
Well, I guess.
It's okay. You're an artist. You can do what you want. It's your piece. Who
You
cares?
do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I do on mine. I do what I want to do. I think if anybody likes it, that's great. If they don't, well, that's great too.
Yeah. And see, and I love the way you took the yellow gold that's in the strings and the innards of the piano, and then just enough of that on the pedals and the casters
Right,
to
right,
tie it together. It's just a real nice touch there.
right. And
Yeah.
giving the reflection back up on the top
Yep.
that's lifted up.
Yeah. No,
I want to do
it
that.
really
so.
works. Yeah. All right.
It
So
does.
all right. So
It does.
let's look at the
We-
at
Okay,
the
we do have a
feel.
question.
Oh,
We do have a question. Someone
Okay.
says they're not available yet. So are they
Oh
not? They're
yeah,
not on
that's
your.
available
Is it on your site?
on my website. They're not on my website right now, and the reason they're not on my website is because I normally introduce all my new designs in the 1st of March at the Nashville show. And so I just sent these designs out to shops last week, a couple weeks ago, and distributors. And I normally don't put something on my site until a couple months after the shops have had them. And because
Okay.
that just gives the shops a heads up. They got them first, and they
Right.
buy them through the shops. I mean, that's really the reason.
yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Support the
it's kind of if I do a design and I send it to a shop and I automatically put it on my website the day I send it to the shop. Well, I'm really competing against that shop for that new design. And so, you know, something in my mind, I don't know, it's my brain, it don't seem like that's right.
No, well, no.
I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Well, it
But,
makes perfect
Yeah, it
sense.
does.
It makes perfect
but
sense.
oh no, these designs are available through me at my email address. Yeah, I have these designs, and you know, if a person can't get them in the shop, just email me, and sure, I can get them to them. Absolutely.
Yes. No, I think you're dead right to give the shops a chance to sell these things first.
I
Um,
don't want to, like I say, if I went to Nashville, let's say Nashville's open, and I'm selling all these designs to a shop, and I've already got them on my website selling them. That's not helping the shops at all.
right.
Right.
That's
Right.
just seems like it just seems like it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah. No, I agree
And
with you.
so now they will be on my website at some point in time, but it'll be a couple months.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah. All right. Let me flip over here and we'll take a look at the stitched one then.
Okay.
All right. Now go ahead. Show us the stitched one. See what I mean, Beth?
Oh, wow.
Oh, to your right. No, up, Ronnie. Oh man, look at that. Is that rich or what?
Oh, that is
And
amazing.
and again, this is framed the same as the other ones. Every one of them in a frame at 17 by 23.
Yeah.
And
But look at that, Beth. I mean, that is just rich.
Oh, yes.
A little higher, Ronnie. Oh man.
Yeah, that is so nice. How many colors do you know?
approximately 30. I don't normally go over 30 colors. And
Okay.
so I think if you start getting over colors, you're really the stitcher. You know, it's a cost to them too with the material and the floss. I know they probably have extra from previous projects, but still, 30 is a good number. I try to keep it around that.
Yeah. That is absolutely beautiful. That's a good one.
So, but anyway, this one, yeah, I've had a lot of compliments already on this one, and
Yeah,
so
that is
you're getting
nice.
some reflection because of the glass, I'm sure.
Right.
So.
Yeah. But no, we get
But
the
that's all right. No.
picture. That is, and that once again, it doesn't matter what the photo is. The real deal really shows off. Oh, that's so nice. I like that. Wow.
Yeah, Stitching Jewel says it looks like there's a party going on with all the confetti at the bottom.
Yeah, there's a party going on when I'm stitching and I lose my count and everything. There's a party going on.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's quite the party.
Stitching Jewel, she's probably done everything you've created, I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
Jules has done a lot of them. Jules is a good friend, done a lot of things for me.
Yeah,
She really has.
she's our resident, our stitching expert. Other than you, when it comes to Ronnie Rowe designs, she's
Well,
done 'em.
actually, Jules did one of mine. She had a broadcast years ago. I don't know if I guess it was years ago that she did one of my pen and inks, and she got up and she said, "Ronnie Rowe." She said, "Is that a man or a woman?" She didn't know the name Ronnie. So, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many compliments my wife gets on my work.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because everybody thinks Ronnie Rowe is a woman.
yeah, yeah.
So
Sexist people. Men
I
can do
know,
this.
I know. Isn't it awful?
Men can do this. Darn it.
Oh.
Yes. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one,
Okay.
which is the saxophone. Another
Yeah.
The
one.
saxophone. All right. Can y'all talk about it? Let me go grab it.
Okay, we'll talk.
Oh,
Amongst
I
ourselves.
the colors on that.
Let me go grab it.
Okay. Yep.
The colors on that one. That's the one. I mean, I no saxophone players here at this house, but I love the colors. That's
Yeah.
what appeals to me on this one.
Yeah. it's
That
really
red,
nice.
that's a treble clef, right? Remember, I'm not a
Right.
music person.
Treble clef. Yep. Yep.
See,
Look at you, Beth.
Something.
Look at you. You know so
It's
many
all those,
things.
all those years of piano lessons my kids took.
Okay. Hey, if you could actually see my office and where I work and what I do, you wouldn't believe anything could get done. You really couldn't. This is the biggest mess you've ever seen in your life. So
Well, this one I really like this one, and I'll tell you what I like about it is the way that you incorporated the treble clef symbol in with the lines of the saxophone. It really just all works
yeah,
together. Um, I really like that that design and the way you pulled that together. It's just a real nice touch.
well, I wanted to put and again along with the guitar where I put Nashville with the saxophone. I don't know why. I thought, well, I want to put some words on that, so I put jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that hey, to keep the people in New Orleans happy, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And Sandy says it looks like it's at Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What colors are you using? This is an unfair question, but what colors are you using? Because you're getting such a nice gold brass look. Is that a combination of colors that you're
That's a
mixing in there?
combination of yellows and golds.
Okay.
And I don't know the number right off the top of my head.
That's all right.
But,
That's what I was trying to find out if you're
yeah,
mixing.
it's a combination. I don't, a lot of my stuff, my work I do, it'd be easy just to take and make the whole saxophone just yellow
Right.
or
You
gold. But you can't really do that. You want to put detail in the thing. You want to see some shadows. You want to see, if you look at that horn, if you had a picture of a horn, the horn sitting in front of you, it wouldn't be just all yellow or gold.
Right.
Right.
You got to combine a lot of them and work that way.
Yeah, but it's the fact that you got that shiny brass look.
Yeah, well, that's what
Right.
a horn is, shiny brass.
Right. But you got it. You got it
So
to
that's
work.
that's what you want to go for.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, when it came to all the keys, did you try and match up keys, or did you
No,
at some point
no,
you
that's
just
if you
make it close?
that's close, Gary. That ain't matching up no keys, Gary. Hey, we're not that good, Gary. Nah.
I can just see you starting
close.
out. I can just see you starting out trying to do keys, and then about
No,
10 minutes
no,
in, go,
we're
"Nah,
not-
forget this."
Nah.
No.
Somebody's going to ask me, are those keys, are they mother of pearl? I don't know. But anyway, that was fun to do. It really was.
Yeah.
And
Well, here,
so,
all right. So now we can show the
Yeah.
the actual deal there. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That works.
You get up
Beautiful.
here
Yeah.
closer.
Oh, and there's notes in there too. See, I didn't see the notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Excellent.
It's the colors that just they just really sing, I guess. I just
Yeah.
love that.
That's really
Yeah, I
nice.
like that. I mean, it was fun. It's something. It's fun to do.
And you mentioned a couple times. I just want to point it out. These are all the same size, so you can buy the
All of these are the
same
same.
frame and
Right.
mat, and they'll
Right.
all fit.
Every one of them.
Yeah, just
Every
whip
one
them
of them
all
are.
out.
Every one of them are 200 by 300 stitches.
Okay.
So you go a piece of material 200 by 300. That's 18 count material. Um, the frames. The frames are. I've got a frame shop close to me, and they cut this. They cut them for me, but they're 17 by 23,
Yeah.
and that's with a double white mat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at a lot of my things. I'm matte with white. I just I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah.
It looks cleaner to me.
Yep. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. All right.
Very nice.
Next one is the trumpet.
The trumpet. Let's see if I got the trumpet. Yeah, the trumpet. Hey, yeah, I wanted to do something else, in musical instruments. What other musical instruments? Well, we had a saxophone, so I said, well, let's do a trumpet. And the trumpet was interesting because, again, Gary, that's the gold and the yellow,
Yep.
and the lack of stitching. Because in the front of the horn on the end of the trumpet on the right hand side of that, that's all white. That's the material.
On the bell. On the bell.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not stitched. That's not stitched. That's just material. So I mean, because I don't all of my stuff. I practically never use white. I never stitch in white,
You just let the
and
cloth do the job.
I let the white material. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And and anyway, this one again with the names. I wanted to put some names, so I put Gillespie, Dizzy Gillespie. He played the horn.
Yeah.
Brandon Marsalis, obviously in New Orleans, was a tremendous trumpet player. Miles Davis, I think everyone's probably heard of him, and of course Louis Armstrong.
Yep.
So I put those four names around it in various colors, and kind of took the lettering and script and twisted it and turned it. And
Yep. Well, and as a former
Yeah.
trumpet player, you got all the details. Even got the spit valves, so we're impressed with that.
oh yeah, you got to have
Now,
a spit
Ronnie,
valve.
at the top of the valves there, is that mother of pearl up there? No.
I think that is Gary, but I think that's after. What is that? I think it
I'm
is
just
mother of
kidding.
pearl. Yeah.
Just kidding you.
After you say that, do you know how many people are going to ask me that?
Oh, I'm gonna. That's every show now for the next 3 weeks. Write to Ronnie and ask him if it's mother of
Ask
pearl.
Ronnie and ask him if it's
Yeah,
mother of pearl, right?
that's right.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna be. Yeah. Okay, and
Anyway,
you got that one right there
yeah.
too, huh?
Oh yeah, I got them stitched, man. I stitch this stuff.
Okay, to the right a little bit more. Up, 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 up. There we go.
Oh,
To the right.
wow.
And that's on the bell. That's just the white cloth. See that? You get that.
That
visual
on the bell,
effect.
that's just a
Yep.
white cloth. That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Oh, Linda's asking if you're going to do a trombone.
A trombone?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, but it'd be good. I mean, it would be just as good as a saxophone or a trumpet. I'm sure.
See, the trombone will give you a chance to use the bass clef symbol.
Yeah. Well,
See?
oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
I'm just putting it out there, Ronnie. Just putting it out there.
Okay. All right.
I don't think he's going to do it, Beth. I don't think it's happening.
I don't think so either. Sorry, Linda.
No, that's very effective. That's really nice. Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's move on to the next one here, I think.
All right. This is my favorite.
Yes.
This is my favorite by far. This violin, and the reason why is this violin has so much stuff in it that you really got to look hard to see. The violin, if you look up in the upper left, there is a building with staircases coming down.
Yeah.
This is from one of my old designs when I was doing the City Living series.
Oh,
I took part of a design on the City Living series and brought that down into, along with the steps, if you can see the steps,
yep.
Yes.
and it's coming down into the guitar on the street. And the bottom of the guitar has a street lamp on it, right there.
Yep.
And it's got other things all in that incorporated into a lot of my other designs. Just to
Very
do
nice.
it. Just to do it. Just to, I
That's
thought
fun.
that was fun. That's and
When you
it
called
just
attention to the building and the stairs, see, I think I remember that design because
yeah, it was
yeah,
one. It was the row houses I did.
yes, yes,
I
Mhm.
did the row houses, and that was one of mine. I did row house. Of course, the colors on this is different than the one I used on the row houses, but this one, this was fun because I put a lot of stuff into this that you don't see in a violin or fiddle, if
Right.
you will. But
Susan wants to
anyway,
know, Susan has a question. She wants to know, do you use 1 or 2 ply when stitching on 18 count?
18. I used two strings. I used two.
2 strands? Okay.
Yeah, I used two on 18. Now
I
I've
was
heard.
just,
I know some people use 3, and that's fine too. But that's just what I always use. Nobody, for any lack of any other, no one's ever told me any difference.
yeah. Don't
I
listen.
I
mean,
like it. It looks very
they just
nice.
don't.
Very nice.
So
Yeah, don't listen to them.
yeah.
This, yeah. Now, see, now you got me really my eye just exploring this thing. That's really
Oh
effective.
yeah. This thing is so messed up, complicated, a bunch of stuff. It just is, but I liked it. It turned out cool, I thought.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yes.
Now you got
All
that one right
right.
there. You got that one there.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's fun.
And again, the use of negative space with the bowstrings, not
Yep.
stitching
Yeah.
that area and letting the background through. Yeah, do its
And
job.
again, my designs, what I do with cross stitch my designs, I like something that I can frame and put on the wall. Something, if I'm going to all
All
the
right.
trouble.
Someone says they see the couple dancing. I don't see the people dancing. Uh-oh.
Are there people dancing? Somebody's seeing that.
No, I didn't have people dancing. I don't.
Oh, see. All
Oh,
right.
maybe they see it in there. So,
That's fun right there. Yeah.
But you see where I say the stairs, that other design I did, Gary,
Yeah.
mhm.
coming down.
Yeah. Okay. So
But
now
but
people are seeing. People are interpreting it different ways. So that's fun in its own right. Yeah.
yeah. But
Yes,
but
it is.
but again, this is just what I come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that makes it so much more interesting.
That's great.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I think so. It's more interesting, And like I say, everything I've ever done, I've got to be interested in it. I really do. I've had people ask me to do all kinds of stuff and everything, and they're great ideas. Don't get me wrong; they're really good ideas, but I'm just not. It's just not interesting. Not to me, It has to.
Oh, I'm seeing the couple now.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, I see it
By the
now.
lamppost.
Oh,
The
yes.
lamppost.
There it is, but to the right of the lamppost.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Yep.
Okay, I see it. Yep. Well done. Well done.
Excellent.
But anyway, this was fun. I enjoyed this one because this one there was no set, right angle. You had to be precise or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff put together, a lot to come up with that.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Well, it kind of reminds you of an impressionistic painting, even.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people look at my stuff and think they're paintings.
Yeah. Ronnie, hold that mic out away from your shirt a little bit, will you please?
Oh yeah, I got you. Okay.
Appreciate it. Man, that's okay. Now I'm really locked in here now. Okay, that's a winner. That may be the best. That may be the best, Ronnie.
I think it is.
That may be. Yep. Excellent. Okay, we got to. Now we got to keep moving. All right. So now we get to the horses.
Okay. Now we get into the horses. These are not ready yet. The one you're looking at right now.
This is Dos whatever.
Caballos.
Thank you, Beth.
Yes, Dos Caballos. It's Spanish, Gary.
Yeah, well, that cuts me out of it right there.
Huh?
That cuts me out of it.
All right, let me run and grab that real quick, okay?
Okay, all right, we'll talk amongst ourselves.
Yes, but look how that is just so. The black horse with its rump, with the being light colored, and then the dark moving forward. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, Gary.
Okay.
This one, what I want to do, and this is for 2000, really was going to be for 2022, but I decided I'm going to probably release them this year. I want to do some horses.
Yep.
But I want to do a white horse on a white background material. Now, how do you do a white horse on a white background material? I mean, it's white. So what I did, the white horse that you're looking at right there, all of that is in material.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted the color of the horse to be the same color as the other background in the material. So all of the noise you see around the white horse's mouth and everything, that's the same colors incorporated into the black horse.
Oh.
So I wanted, and I want to name these things. And so it was two horses. And so I'm naming the whole thing Dos Caballos, which is two horses.
Say it, Beth.
Dos Caballos.
Dos Caballos.
All right.
Caballos.
There's two horses.
Good thing Beth showed
That's
up
right.
tonight.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And again, this is the same size that I've been doing for a while. This is a 200 by 300, the same frame, but I changed the mat board on this one. Instead of doing the white, I tried to pick up the colors to bring out the horses in this. So I do have this all stitched up.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Beth. I like the really the back end of the black horse with the tail up in the air. It's
yeah,
a little sass to it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's take a look, Ronnie.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. To the right.
Oh,
there we go.
That's amazing.
And see, I put that on a different frame color.
Yep.
Right.
Trying to get it so
See, that works. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. Why do I say look at that like we're doing something else? Jeez. All you folks who are watching
But that
TV,
is neat. Okay, now I'm looking at the white horse. Now I see what Ronnie's saying about how around it you've got the background.
Yes.
right. Yeah, fading in
And
and
it
out
just-
for some reason.
Right.
That's
Right.
really nice.
But that one is that's a little bit different, but I enjoy doing that.
Yep. So now this one available a couple months.
Couple months, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got any. I've got it all stitched up, but I haven't done any printing of it all.
Yeah.
None. So
Yeah.
I don't even have prints of it. So the printer, I haven't sent anything off yet.
Yeah. That's
So,
a neat one.
but
Okay, now we're gonna move along here. So
okay, yeah.
all right.
All right. This is two horses. this is horses running. Caballos corriendo. I can't pronounce it. Caballos corriendo.
I have to look at it.
Caballos corriendo is Spanish for horses. Oh, I looked it up. I know that's right. I'm just trying to get me to say it.
Corriendo. Caballos corriendo.
See, yeah. Beth, see, Beth can do the R thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I can't do that. and again, doing this one, a lot of the horses is the white material. And around the horses' heads, the colors you see around both heads are the same colors in the horse.
Yeah, now see the horses,
and there's only
on the screen, the horses are blowing out. See, we're not getting
right.
the full thing. Yeah.
No, you're not getting the full thing. And the whole thing, there's 8 colors in these. And all
only
of these
8?
Horses, 8. The one before this one, the one you saw with the black and white horse, 8 colors, and there are 8 colors in this one. There's only 8 colors.
Well done.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got to look at the real deal because we're not,
all right, listen.
We're not getting the full effect now. See there, yeah, to the right and up, Ronnie. Yeah, there you go. Oh, see, that's so much better.
Look at that.
Up a little bit higher. Ronnie. Yeah.
That's great.
That really works. That's great.
Yeah. And the black mat helps too. It just makes it pop more.
That mat is a really dark brown mat, and
okay.
And of course the kind of rust looking the inner mat is the same color as in the design. And I'm using the same type of frame, and that is the 17 by 23.
Now, are you doing those off of a photo, or are you just figuring that out on your own?
I'm taking those pictures. Those came off of a photo, but not 2 of them running, but I put them all together.
Okay.
And move them around and twist them around and everything. But the concept is looking at a picture of a horse. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but you still had okay.
Right.
I mean, they're really, really good. Really good. Love it. Okay.
And I got one more, but I don't have it framed right now. It's being process of being framed. That's a Stampede.
Okay.
Stampede. The Stampina. And that's kind of a dark, if you will, picture. I mean, it's a picture for a den, or a picture for, And so I took one horse and just took him and transposed him a lot, and then put some mountains up there, the same color as the horse. The mountains are the same color of the horses and everything.
Yeah.
Really?
And that's got 8 colors. There's only 8 colors in that.
So all 3 of them the same. All 3 the same 8 colors.
Same 8 colors in all 3 of them. Same 8 colors in all 3 of them. Now the new thing I'm doing, I've got on the board. You wait till you see my new ones coming out next year. Oh, you're gonna love these.
Well, but see.
He's giving us a tease. He's giving us a tease here.
Oh, I'm still.
Ronnie, we love these first, so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll take these for now.
This is the last. I'm only going to do. I can tell you right now. I'm only going to do these 3 horses. This is it. No more horses. This is it. These 3 horses. That's good enough. I'm over my horse thing right now. I got interested in something. I got interested in something else. So that I think you're gonna like. You're gonna find really intriguing.
Okay. All right.
So something new, different.
Yeah, well, these work. Hold that mic out, Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There we go. Yeah, I like this. So, all right. So, you can see this. All 3 horse. These would all go together very nicely.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And just using 8 different thread colors.
8 colors.
Fabulous.
8 colors. And everything I do is whole stitches. There's no half stitches, quarter stitching, none of that stuff. No back stitching. This is just an X. This is just an X on a white piece of material. I don't do any back stitching, that kind of stuff. That just drive you nuts. Who wants to do that? That back stitch something. You've already stitched it. Why would you want to back stitch it?
Okay.
If you do a lot of back stitching, hey, now I shouldn't say this, but this is the truth. If you do a lot of back stitching, that just tells me you're not smart enough to figure out how to do it in a whole stitch.
Okay. Be careful now, Ronnie. Be careful.
Okay, I be careful now. Yeah.
Be
Well, I
careful.
didn't mean it.
No, this is a great series. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Really nice. So people can get this in a couple months then.
Yeah, should be, sure.
Yep. Excellent.
Really well done.
Yep.
Just
Really
just
nice.
look for them in your local needlework shop. I mean, they're I don't know what shops carry my designs because I send a lot to the distributors,
Right.
and I know the shops get them from them. But I know a lot of shops don't carry my stuff, and so.
But people can go to the shop and Hoffman has
Well,
them,
sure,
so,
they can
yeah.
go. Sure, absolutely, absolutely, they can order them. Sure,
So you can order from your shop. Yep.
right. And all of these designs that you've seen tonight, all the musical instruments, the flight, the best in show, all of those probably have anywhere from 12 to 16 sheets of paper in each design. What I've done is blown these things up. They're really good patterns, easy to follow, and I put a lot of time and effort in making sure that the charts are readable.
Yep.
That's
Important.
great. Helen wants to know about how long did it take you to stitch Nashville, the guitar?
3.5, 4 months, 3 months, 2.5 months. I'm sitting in there. Now I don't stitch all the time. I mean, I do other things. Just at night, sitting down at night, or when it's. I get more stitching done in the wintertime than I do the summertime. Because summertime I'm out doing things. You can get outside more.
Yeah.
Right.
But it takes it took me, I'd say, a couple months.
Yeah. Not a quick stitch, definitely.
No, it's not a
No.
quick stitch. I mean, in the Nashville, the horses, the easiest stitch really is the black and whites, like flight. Flight is the easiest stitch because it's all one color.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to change colors or anything. You just go down and keep going.
Yeah.
So that's a fairly easy stitch. And these horses are easy because it's only 8 colors in it.
Right.
You're not changing a lot. So,
Yeah.
but some of the others, you change the colors a lot. It all depends on how you stitch, how you mark your material, and where you start from. If you start from a corner, if you start from the middle. I always start from the upper left-hand corner.
That's why I like you, Ronnie. Yep.
Well,
That's how Gary
It's the
stitches.
only place to
well, I
start.
do. I stitch from the upper left-hand corner. I mark my
Yeah, see?
material. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I do. And you know, I don't even know after doing it all these years. I don't even know if I know how to do it the other way.
Yeah. All
Sure,
right.
I'm
There
sure
we
I
go.
don't.
I'm going to start a new club, the Upper Left Club. Yeah.
The upper left. That's what I do. The
That's what
upper left.
we're gonna have T-shirts and everything. It's going to be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you start from the upper left, and if you got a big project like flight on a big piece of material like that, and you in the upper left, you better be daggone sure you know which you're on the right square you're working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you
Yes.
get to the left, and all that stitching, and you get to the left and you run out of material, you got a problem.
Oops. Yeah.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Now, do you grid your fabric before you stitch, or do you just go?
Yes, I
You do.
start. I take a piece of fabric. I cut my piece of fabric. Like if my design is for 17 by 23 and everything, I'll cut my piece of material 17 by 23. Of course, the design is 200 by 300, which is, but the 17 by 23 has 3 inches all the way around it for matting.
Right.
That's what I do. And I'll take and find the middle of the piece of material and then take my blue washable marker thing, and then I'll count over tens to the left-hand side and then go up to the upper left-hand corner. Start there.
Yep. Okay. So it is marked to help you keep track.
Yeah, I mark all of to keep track. I couldn't keep track. I don't know if I can count to 10. But
Okay, and
but
Annette wants to know a quick question
yeah.
about for flight. About how many skeins do you think you used on that, or do you
Oh my
just use a
God.
comb?
No, I use skeins on that. I've got stacks and stacks. That's a great question because I don't keep up with it, but probably 10 or 12 skeins.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing on that. But that question's so good because I'm sitting here in my office and I got stacks and stacks of cones of material, of floss. And I don't use any of those colors. I don't use them. I go out on a black and white and pick 844. And I'll go down there and buy skein after skein after skein of 844. But then I've got a cone over there sitting there with a million yards of something very close to it that I could use.
And you don't.
Why don't I use what I have?
Don't know.
And as I told you before, Gary, years ago, DMC, they used to send me boxes of stuff. They send me boxes of floss.
Wow.
And I got that stuff stacked up. I got thousands, I swear, thousands of skeins of floss sitting here. I'll never use. I mean, it's just sitting here. And what do? I pick a design with 8 colors.
Right.
Right. That's the way it goes.
Yep. Okay, so on flight then, sounds to me like 12 skeins would be a smart
Yeah,
move,
about 12. I would. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So that's a pretty big project, but it's the largest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's big, but then again, that's what I wanted to do. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I think we'll wrap this up, Ronnie. That was fun.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, I thank both of you for your time and what you do, and really appreciate it a whole lot. Really do. I'm sorry, Gary. I didn't get to see you this year in Nashville, and you guys at the show.
Quite
so
all right.
Always look forward to that.
Next time we get to next time.
Yeah. And I'm working on a marketing department.
Are you,
Gary? I really am.
Yeah. Okay. You haven't had a marketing department yet, Ronnie, so I'm not going to hold my breath.
I've never had a marketing department, Gary. I don't have a department. I have people call me.
The day you have one, I'm going to visit.
I have people call me while we're sitting there eating supper. My wife and I, my beautiful, wonderful wife, you said. Anyway,
she is. She's a very nice lady.
She is a beautiful woman, wonderful woman. I guess she's listening. But anyway, but we'd be sitting there eating supper, and somebody will call me up and say, "Is this Ronnie Rowe Designs?" And I said, "Yes, it is." May I have your marketing department? They'll want some department, your advertising department. And I'll click the phone a couple of times, and then put it down there and come back and say, Ronnie Rowe Marketing.
There we go.
We got all kinds of departments.
Big operation.
Oh, it's a huge operation. Yeah, it's a big operation. All right.
Big payroll. Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. So, folks, right up there at the top.
Okay.
All right.
At the top, send in your email to get in the drawing for 3 of them, and then down here at the bottom. Whoops, I can't show it. Down at the bottom, if you write to Ronnie, between now and the end of February, then he will. You can order from him directly, and he'll send it without shipping. Yep. That's the music ones and flight and best of show.
That's correct.
The horses aren't ready.
Not ready yet.
Between now and the end of February, free shipping if you order right from Ronnie, and of course, support your local shops. Ronnie has all those all your shops can get them from Hoffman Distributing. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So you want to go there and get.
They can get them from Hoffman Distributing, get them from Witchell, they can get them from Yarn Tree.
They can get them, basically.
They can get them.
Yeah,
they can get them.
Yep.
They can get them.
All right, Ronnie. Thanks so much. Thanks to everybody.
Hey, thank you very much, Beth. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really
nice meeting you.
Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.